Theynord's next victim, part of Theynord's history. Warning. This story may have messages that some users may not like, as it talks about inexplicable moments. In this story you will meet a certain character who has the ability to transform. He appeared in several stories as a stranger who suddenly attacks people who accidentally encounter him. The tragic moment arrived. The blood ran through his arms and the vibration close to a painful death was felt, which had its origin when he went to a hot oven, where by imagination, the faces of the people saw him, forming a ghostly spectacle. Those strangers around him stared at him, as if they wanted to guess what was going on inside him. He saw a torch lit and certain rumors could be heard, as if they were voices from another world. He felt the fine steel, with long, thin arms, sink and paint the stone red. He saw that everything was darkening for him, since, without a doubt, he was lost in a colossal darkness, the illumination gradually closing. This is how a group of men with their faces covered ended up killing a person, raising their bloody hands and consuming things that no one would dare to try. They walked towards a space where there were animals tied with a rope and running from one side to the other. For many days, these cannibalistic murderers disappeared people, in which their eyes imagined that everything they saw would be available to feed on. One of those days they met a tall man who looked at them with ignorance and continued on his way. These Theynords, as they were called, followed the Lord to pounce on him and celebrate a banquet. The man realized the purpose of these individuals and, taking out a shotgun, ended up killing them. With an expression of disgust and contempt, he spat on the ground and left in the direction of an unknown location. After a while, a person came to the country to look for work as a waiter, as he chose to get used to standing out on his own. A man, owner of a bar, offered him a job as a cocktail waiter in his establishment. He accepted and the owner asked him his name and he replied that his name was Theynord. He was a person over 30 years old, covering his chin and the sides of his face with a thick beard. When he started work the next day, he made friends with some customers who came to have fun. While he was making the drinks, he saw a girl he met on a plane. He passed by a corner of the tables and approached Theynord to ask for some bottles of soda. Clearly this girl didn't recognize who it was, because she thought it was someone else. Theynord calmed down, since this way, apparently, the girl would not recognize him, since, if that happened, she would tell several acquaintances that he was working in a bar. When he wanted to express a report that the drinks he had ordered would take a while to arrive, because they had run out, the girl got upset. He insulted Theynord and told him that he had disrespected him, something that Theynord took as a mistake. He told the girl that he had not attacked her with words, on the contrary, he just wanted to clarify that the drinks would take a while to arrive. The girl didn't know what to answer, but then she calmed down. Theynord thought the girl was going to leave, but she didn't. This bold woman was flirting with him and asking him if he wanted to go to her house. He denied it and the girl got angry, saying that she should listen to him since she was a millionaire. Theynord responded that he did not care about other people's money, to which the girl, furious, struggled with him to get him into her car. Theynord stayed where he was and paid no attention to the girl. She called the police and, lying, said she was a victim of harassment. Police officers detained Theynord and took him to the police station. The girl told Theynord that if he accepted her proposal, she would pay the police to release him. Theynord thought of revenge and accepted the proposal. The girl had him released and then forced him into her car. On the way, Theynord told the girl to go to the forest, since it was quieter there and there was no noise. The girl accepted and they went deeper. When they got out of the vehicle, it was around 5 in the afternoon, almost dusk. Theynord leaned against the car and watched what the girl did. He saw that he took off his jacket and shoes. He then covered himself with a cloak and began to take off the rest of his clothes, while smiling as he looked at Theynord. When it was already after 6 in the afternoon, the girl saw Theynord walking away while she approached him. She became enraged and wanted to slap him, but Theynord stopped her, transforming into a beast in front of her. He threw her with all his strength into a river, where the girl drowned. Theynord, after a time, set out on his journey to Cronder.